might let him finish first, Harry.
I've waited years for this moment. Scratch that. I've suffered through delays, strikes, and split seasons like some war-hardened Highlander just trying to see his favorite time-traveling romance play out. And now it's 2025, and Outlander is hitting harder than ever. Season 7 Part 2 just wrapped in early January. Blood of My Blood is pulling up in August, and Season 8 is expected to arrive in November. That's wall-to-wall Outlander. And if Starz knows what's good for them, this won't be the end, it'll be the launch pad. Now let's call it what it is. Outlander is having a victory lap. But I don't want just one lap, I want a whole marathon. I want to leave Claire and Jamie behind with tears in my eyes and the promise of more stories on the way. This year isn't just the franchise's peak, it's the perfect setup for something bigger. Let's start with the facts. Outlander Season 7 Part 2 gave us a cliffhanger so good it should be illegal. Now, Blood of My Blood is swooping in to fill the void. Not a full replacement, of course. Nobody's getting over Jamie Fraser that easily, but a worthy distraction. And right as we're getting comfortable with that prequel, Outlander Season 8 shows up to close the curtain. Or so they want us to think. Here's what Starz should do. End 2025 with a mic drop. Announce a brand new spin-off right as Season 8 hits its mid-season climax. No waiting around, no cryptic teasers, just straight-up confirmation that the Outlander universe is far from over. And guess what? The setup is already there. Let me explain. Blood of My Blood is the franchise's first real spin-off. It's a prequel that dives into the lives of Jamie and Claire's parents. Romantic, historical, beautiful kilts, all that jazz. But here's the twist. It's got no time travel. Zero. Zilch. The entire magical hook that made Outlander stand out in the first place? Apparently tossed in the river. And I get it. Jamie's parents couldn't time travel and neither could Claire's. That's canon. But let's be honest, no standing stones? No ear-splitting hum before someone vanishes into thin air? That's a risky move. Time travel is the secret sauce. Without it, Blood of My Blood runs the risk of becoming just another historical drama with good lighting. But before we panic, there's something weirdly exciting going on under the surface. Let's talk numbers. Jamie's parents and Claire's parents, they met exactly 202 years apart. Not 200, not 205, a clean 202. That number might not scream sorcery to some people, but in Outlander, that smells like foreshadowing. This franchise doesn't do coincidences. So no, we might not see time travel in Blood of My Blood, but I've got a hunch that the magic is lurking, waiting, teasing. And if they play their cards right, they'll tie it all back to something bigger, something that pulls us forward and backward. But forget 1715 for a second. Let's talk about where things are really cooking, Season 8. This final season is based on Diana Gabaldon's book, Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone, which basically translates to Prepare for Chaos. And here's the juicy part. One of the biggest unresolved storylines involves none other than fan favorite Lord John Grey. Yes, the very same John Grey who's been charming, brooding, and surviving his way through this series like a gay James Bond in a powdered wig. In the books, he gets kidnapped by Captain Richardson, who was introduced back in Season 7, and the story leaves us hanging. As in, Diana Gabaldon hasn't even finished the follow-up novel. Now, if I were in charge of Starz, I'd be rubbing my hands together like a cartoon villain, because this is prime spin-off material. And I'm not just talking one-off episodes, I'm talking full-blown Lord John Grey the series. It writes itself. Gabaldon's already given us a collection of Lord John novels that track his adventures across the British Empire. He's got espionage, he's got scandal, he's got duels and secrets and romantic tension with literally every man he meets. The potential is off the charts. And if Starz uses Season 8 to not wrap up his storyline, if they ended on a cliffhanger just like the books, that's the perfect time to say, don't worry folks, we're not done with him yet. This wouldn't just be fan service, it would be smart business. 2025 is basically Outlander's final exam. If Starz sees a boost in viewership with Blood of My Blood and a strong finale season, it's the green light to go full Marvel mode on this franchise. Expand the universe, explore different time periods, turn side characters into main events. The groundwork's already been laid, all they need to do is stop hesitating. And it doesn't even have to stop with Lord John. Remember The Space Between? That little novella about Joan McKimmey and Michael Murray running off to France? Yeah, Outlander Season 7 casually planted that seed too. You might have missed it in the chaos of battles and betrayals, but it's there. Lauguer's daughter, Joan, is off to join a convent. Michael's conveniently nearby. Sparks are flying. Yeah, another spin-off idea just waiting to happen. Hell, Master Raymond, the weird little apothecary guy from Paris, is back too. That man's been a mystery since day one, and he's rumored to be centuries old. If there's any character who could carry a series about time travel and ancient magic, it's him. You want to go full fantasy? That's your guy. You want to dive into the origin of the Standing Stones? Give Master Raymond his own damn show and let him go wild. On the other hand, Season 7, Episode 15 snuck in an Easter egg. If you blinked, you probably missed it. Don't worry, I didn't blink. Let's rewind. Brianna is at Lallybrook, flipping through life and time like it's just another Tuesday. She picks up a book. Doesn't sound groundbreaking, right? Except it kind of is. The title of the book? The Soul of a Rebel, the Scottish Roots of the American Revolution. And no, that's not just some dusty prop department filler. That book has meaning. Big meaning. And it was written by none other than Frank Randall. Yep, that Frank. The guy who raised Brianna. The guy who knew more than he ever admitted. The guy who, let's be honest, never got the screen time he deserved. In the show, Brianna barely gets to open the book before she finds a letter from Roger and the plot steamrolls forward. But that book? It's not just some historian's vanity project. In the books by Diana Gabaldon, this very title plays a crucial role. And Frank? He wasn't just dabbling in history, he was trying to send a message across centuries. Literally. Now, in Gabaldon's novels, the soul of a rebel is loaded. It's not just about Scottish rebels, it actually mentions Fraser's Ridge. That's right. Frank published a historical book that included Jamie Fraser, the same Jamie who lives in the 1700s, the same Jamie who is Brianna's biological father. So let's do the math. Frank, in the 20th century, writes a book about the 18th century that includes his wife's time-traveling ex and their daughter's bio-dad. And he just casually publishes this? Without so much as a, "Hey Brianna, your dad's in here?" Oh, it gets better. In the books, Brianna eventually finds a letter tucked inside that very book. A letter from Frank. Frank knew. He always knew. From the moment he found that obituary for Jamie and Claire, he pieced it together. And instead of confronting Claire or causing chaos, he did what he always did. He kept it inside, wrote about it, and left behind a breadcrumb trail for Brianna to follow. Subscribe for more unhinged breakdowns, theory deep dives, and chaotic time travel rants. Because if Outlander's going out, we're going out loud, and we're dragging stars with us into the next chapter.